The final Saturday of the Conference USA regular season means we are on the road to Champ Week. You're watching Conference USA Women's Basketball live on ESPN+. Tournament seedings are locked in for next week's Conference USA Championships, so today they play for bragging rights and pride. WKU travels northward to take on Marshall. As we take a look at that aforementioned Conference USA tournament bracket, Western Kentucky is locked into the 4 seed, as is Marshall in the 5. Right now, WKU, the 4 seed in the East, slated to play UTEP should the tournament begin today. As for Marshall, they would meet the 4 seed in the West, UAB. You can see La Tech, Charlotte, Middle, and Southern Miss would all receive the coveted double bye to the quarterfinal round. Along with our outstanding crew, I'm Jake Griffith. Thanks for joining us live from Huntington, West Virginia. It was just on Wednesday night that in EA Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Marshall handed Western Kentucky a shocking 18-point home loss. It's the first ever win in Bowling Green in Marshall program history. The Herd did it with defense, threes, and from the hot hand of Savannah Wheeler. We have a great matchup between our two impact players this evening. As we look at our Star Watch, Meryl Abdelgawad, WKU's leading scorer. They'll need a big game from her. Abdelgawad, a Becky Hammon Mid-Major Player of the Year semifinalist. She's just one of 5 players in the country to post 4 or more games of 30-plus points this season. One of those other 5, her counterpart in the other number 4 jersey, the aforementioned Savannah Wheeler. 4-wheeler, as they call her, she's been on a hot streak, exploded for 27 points in that win against Western Kentucky on Wednesday night. Wheeler right now tied with Abdelgawad for the lead in Conference USA in points per game. Wheeler averaging 20.3. She ranks 18th in the NCAA in free throws made, 19th in the country in points per game average. And you see the Star Watch numbers there. Those numbers within Conference USA play. Abdelgawad has the edge, shooting better from the field, 55%. And we are ready for the tip-off here inside the Cam Henderson Center. And the tip is up and won by Western Kentucky in the red jerseys on the road. And we take a look at our starting 5. Alexis Mead, Meryl Abdelgawad, Tori Hunter, Jalen Foster, Macy Blevins as the shot is off. And for the Marshall Thundering Herd on this senior day in Huntington, Savannah Wheeler, Aaliyah Dunham, Kennedy Colclaw, Brianna Furby, and Lorelei Roper. Roper make that Furby can't knock down the mid-range jumper. Three on the way from the Hilltoppers, and that won't go either. Western Kentucky, one thing they like to do, they like to take a lot of threes, and they make them at a pretty high clip, 33%. Speaking of made threes, Aaliyah Dunham from the corner cans one, and the scoring is underway. Somewhat of a clash of styles here. Western Kentucky wants to play fast. Marshall, at times, will slow it down in the half court, a more defensive-minded Marshall team than what we've seen in years past. As on the move and hitting that one, Macy Blevins, that is. In down low, Roper can't finish, gets the offensive board. That's a point of contention for this Hilltopper team. They give up a lot of offensive boards, and in turn, second chance points. Brianna Furby drilling the 3. Marshall back-to-back threes to extend their lead to an early 4-point advantage. On the move, Blevins can't knock down the floater. It will stay here with the Hilltoppers. At one juncture in the second half, Lorelei Roper in that Wednesday game able to rip down an offensive board through 3 Lady Toppers, kick it back out to Dunham, and she drilled a 3. Part of a 19-0 run across the second and third quarters for Marshall in that win. And down low, Hunter tries to muscle her way in, can't finish, and now Colclaw the run out. Colclaw taking it coast to coast and laying it in. The Stetson transfer on senior day showing out. They'll work it into the hands of Alexis Mead, 9th in the NCAA, or in Conference USA, I should say, in assists per game. Back outside to Blevins. Her three won't go. Back to Roper, smooches it off the window. A hot start for the Tops, and Greg Collins must burn a timeout. All four made baskets by the four seniors honored today. We head to an early timeout on ESPN+. 8-point advantage for the Herd. First, from the corner, Dunham. They can do it from the outside, as we see from Furby, and they're doing it from the inside. Marshall on a 7-0 run, forcing an early Greg Collins timeout here inside the Cam Henderson Center. Thundering Herd shooting a blistering 67% from the field. The series has been slanted in Western Kentucky's favor all time, 15-3 lead. They've won 9 of the last 11. Back outside, can't knock down the three is Mead, and we have a foul underneath. However, Marshall, though, has won 2 of the last 3, including that 18-point win on the road. WKU 6-1 in West Virginia. Marshall, though, won the last meeting here in Huntington by 27 points. Held the Tops to just 54 points in that game. Mead on the screen and roll. Foster able to lay it in. The reigning freshman of the week in Conference USA able to stop the bleeding. Ends a 7-0 Marshall run. Wheeler, the step back and the splash. Savannah Wheeler has been in go mode down the stretch. Wheeler on the board with her first points. Abdelgawad. She had 17 in the home loss on Wednesday. Outside, that one won't go. It was Faustino who couldn't finish. Teresa Faustino, the transfer from Oregon State. Dunham, the Xavier transfer, will walk it up. Tries to drive into the lane, can't. Back out to Wheeler to reset the offense. Wheeler from distance, won't go. Rebound into the hands of Blevins. Hilltoppers were -3 on the boards on Wednesday night, as that shot errant from Abdelgawad and a foul off the rebound. Hilltoppers have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Marshall have won 3 of their last 5. Turning in somewhat opposite directions as we head into next week's conference championships. Dunham, she's open and she makes it. Aaliyah Dunham letting them know 3 big ones early. It's a 12-2 run for the Herd over the last 3 minutes extended. Mead negotiating into the paint. Outside, and able to find Blevins. The 3 won't drop. There has been a lid on the basket from bonus distance early for the Hilltoppers. 0 for 6. Meanwhile, Marshall, Furby, airmails the 3. Roper, the offensive board and the putback. In down low, Abdelgawad up and the under. High off the window and it goes. Dunham with it. Into the hands of Wheeler. Bounce feed, able to find Roper, blocked from behind. Into the open floor, Abdelgawad, the bump and the foul. And you see Marshall, as we mentioned earlier, coming off their first ever win at Western Kentucky, led for 35 minutes. Right now on top, 17-8. However, a look here at the replay of the foul. Abdelgawad splashes in the extra shot, converts the conventional three-point play. Hope Savory in as a substitute, as is Kia Civils. Played just 3 minutes on the road on Wednesday night. Marshall already with 6 points in the paint. The Thundering Herd 42 points in the paint on Wednesday night as Wheeler gets free, tried to draw the foul. Leaking out ahead is Faustino. The Euro and the lay. Oh, that's spicy. Hilltoppers on a 7-0 run of their own. They've trimmed the deficit down to 6. Now a takeaway. Abdelgawad, one player to beat, and she beats her. Smooched in off the window. Fast break points for Meryl Abdelgawad. Already 12 of those for the Hilltoppers. Wheeler, the leaner. It drops. Looking for the foul call as well. Savannah Wheeler able to get it. That a 9-0 run for Western Kentucky after that basket from Wheeler silenced and now thrown away by the Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky, a nightmare defensively for teams. They force a lot of turnovers. However, much to the chagrin of their head coach, Greg Collins, they also turn the ball over a lot. Coming into this, averaging 19.4 turnovers per game. That their first. CeCe Mays, the freshman, into the contest for the Herd. As Marshall gets set in its half-court motion offense. Shot clock down to 8. Kick to Mays. The drive and the takeaway. Another turnover forced by Western Kentucky. Extra pass to Savory. Abdelgawad now with 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter. She'll try her hand at a three. Misses that one. Rebound hauled in by Wheeler. Colclaw on the bounce. Back to Mays. Extra pass. The open Dunham. Her first miss from bonus distance. Wide open. Can't make the second chance. Greg Collins said after that loss to Marshall on Wednesday night, at some point, you just have to take pride in the other parts of the game, whether you're making shots or not. Credit to Marshall. They were able to disrupt us, but it really shouldn't matter the way we run our offense. As Abdelgawad leans into one, the kiss off the glass for 2. Already 7 points for Meryl Abdelgawad to lead all scorers. Collins went on to say after that loss that he felt like the ball was sticking in the half court for Western Kentucky. A lot of ball watching going on as Abdelgawad went to work. Back to Colclaw. Good closeout there from Foster. Shot clock down to 3. Whistle and a foul. They switched Abdelgawad off onto Wheeler. That's the matchup we like to see between the two Star Watch players. Shot clock down to 10. Skip, cross court. Nice closeout by Abdelgawad. Civils, Mays. The medium jumper, and it rolls home. The soft touch from CC Mays quiets a 2-minute scoring drought for the Herd. Hilltoppers can hold for the final shot of this opening quarter. Offensive efficiency has been WKU's hallmark this season. 91st in the nation in field goal percentage. Right now shooting just 39 at the buzzer. Won't go from Savory. We head to the first quarter break. A 6-point advantage for Marshall at home on Senior Day. 6 points from Dunham early, 4 from Roper and Wheeler. Western Kentucky, though, had a 9-0 run to close the deficit off the hands of Merrill Abdelgawad. 9 points in the opening stanza, all coming inside the paint. We'll be back on ESPN+. A 6-point lead for Marshall after the first quarter comes to an end. Right now, Western Kentucky really missing Maya, and what I mean by that is the freshman Maya Meredith out for the rest of the season. Last played February 5th, and you look at those numbers, the first 21 games of the season with Maya Meredith, Hilltoppers averaging 76 points per game. Last 4, though, just 64 points. We're back underway in the second quarter, and of course our thoughts are with Maya Meredith as Kennedy Colclough lays it in. Out for the season with a torn ACL, suffered against Old Dominion back on February 5th, played just 8 minutes in that game. Was off to such a great freshman campaign, and we wish her the best in her recovery, and look forward to having her back in Conference USA next season. Back outside, Abdelgawad able to knock down the open tray. "12 points early for Merrill Abdelgawad, her first made 3 of the afternoon. Wheeler to the open Colclough. Savory almost got her hands on that one. Now back over to Colclough, the give and go. Furby steps into it and cashes in. Turned over by Western Kentucky. Marshall up by 8, trying to add to the lead. Colclough, the hoop, and the harm. Kennedy Colclough heading to the free throw line. A look at the replay. Good ball work for Marshall on that fast break opportunity. Not sure the ball touched the hardwood until Colclough power dribbled to lay it up. Kennedy Colclough will head to the free throw line to shoot the and one. Colclough, as mentioned, a graduate senior transfer from Stetson. 14 times this year she scored in double figures as she makes the extra free throw. Already 7 points, 4 for 4 from the field. It's a 6-0 Marshall run in the last 30 seconds. Jenna Walker, offensive foul. They'll call that against Gabby McBride. We take a look at the replay. Just, I suppose, saying didn't get her feet set there. Back over to Brianna Furby, who recently cracked the 1,000 career point mark in the game at Western Kentucky. Left short on the mid-range by Colclough. Tipped out to Wheeler. Inside 12 feet, won't go. Tipped back out by Roper, but it's into the hands of the Hilltoppers. A whistle and a foul in transition as Sybils and Blevins go tumbling to the hardwood. And look at the replay. Sybils has already played over the 3 minutes as she subs out, over the 3 minutes that she saw on the road on Wednesday. Still a 6-0 Marshall run. Back to Savory, Louisville, Kentucky native. Trying to shake free, finds Blevins. Now back to Savory. Shot clock down to 5, have to move with it. Walker's got it. Gets the screen, Walker off balance, it won't go. Furby to Wheeler. The passing has been so crisp early on from Marshall, and as soon as I say that, an airmail on the ball. And over and back is what they whistle. Marshall's head coach Tony Kemper says it was tipped. And the officials vehemently disagree. I think I side with the officials here. We had a good look at it from our vantage point here at the table, and yep, that, as you see, that is a good call. Did not get tipped. Hand off to Abdelgawad back into the contest. No points in the last 2.5 minutes for the Hilltoppers. McBride. Skip over to Savory, shot clock down to 5. This Marshall defense really disrupting the Hilltoppers' half-court offense. Down low to Blevins, who spins it in at the buzzer. Macy Blevins, known more as a three-point markswoman, but getting it done from the inside. Blevins, a combined 2 for 21 from distance in her last 4 games coming in. Outside to Wheeler. That one won't go. Left alone is Walker. Can't knock down the tray. Wheeler corrals the loose ball. Marshall now a scoring drought of their own. It's approaching 3 minutes. Dunham all alone. That one won't drop. Dunham started out hot from downtown, knocked down her first 2, but has since missed her last 3. Off balance, Blevins doesn't drop. Numbers here for Marshall if they move quick. Wheeler, the basket plus tax. Savannah Wheeler says count it, and she'll go to the line. The change of direction, full speed, and the soft touch. You see why Savannah Wheeler, one of Conference USA's most prolific scorers. Already 6 points for Wheeler, 6 for Dunham, 7 for Coldclaw. And Alexis Johnson will come in. Wheeler on the line, shooting 1. Wheeler, an 83% free throw shooter, misses the and one free throw. The lead stays at 11. Marshall's led by as many as 13 this afternoon. Off to a torrid shooting pace, 52% from the field. Skip outside, Walker. Abdelgawad to the mid-post. Whistle, and she stepped on the baseline? No, they say a foul, actually. They call it against Lorelei Roper. And Roper not giving enough positioning there as Abdelgawad took the bump. Good call from the officials as Faustino probing toward the painted area. Had Abdelgawad, the pass a little late from Faustino. Mays stops, pops, can't hit, gets fouled. 2 free throws coming. A closeout a little too strong there from Jenna Walker. That will take us to the under 5 media timeout here in Huntington, West Virginia. 11-point lead for Marshall. We'll be back on ESPN+. 11-point lead for Marshall at the timeout break. A look at Greg Collins on the sidelines in his 4th season at Western Kentucky, 67-48. 4th season as head coach, 10th season overall as the at the Hilltoppers, I should say. And on the opposite side, 5th season as head coach, also 10th season at his respective university, Marshall's Tony Kemper. A great coaching matchup today between the two, Collins and Kemper. As Mays misses the first free throw. And look at Maya Meredith, the aforementioned freshman on the bench. Mays splits the 2 free throws. Right now, Marshall outscoring Western Kentucky 11-5 here in the second quarter. The pace of play for Western Kentucky has changed just a bit. You can tell the Hilltoppers playing desperate here as we enter the later stages of this first half. Mead, the rip through. Back outside, finds Foster, in and out. That kind of afternoon so far for the Tops. Mead, the turnaround won't go. Dunham negotiates. Back to Johnson. She's hit a few from outside this season. That one doesn't drop. Oh, the sick crossover from Abdelgawad. Couldn't find a way to get to the basket. Too many white jerseys underneath. Able to find Walker. That 3, no good. Into the hands of Aaliyah Dunham. Marshall, 27th best 3-point field goal defense in the country this season. Right now, the Hilltoppers shooting just 9% from distance. Mays from the outside, doesn't drop. Able to find Mead in transition, leans into contact, able to draw the foul. 2 free throws coming for the freshman from Moreno Valley, California. Dunham just couldn't go straight up, and part of that was because Mead was able to draw that contact a little bit. A savvy veteran move for just a freshman. 7th in Conference USA in free throw percentage is Alexis Mead. And she makes the first. The second drops as well. Mead, nearly an 80% free throw shooter, 77%. As the Tops have cut the deficit down to 10. Dunham finds Wheeler. Samantha LaFawn into the contest, has it underneath, dribbles it off her foot and out. LaFawn will check out, as will Mays. We'll look at it. LaFawn was trying to make the argument that there was no contact there between her and Faustino that forced the ball to go out off of the Hilltoppers. But the official's right on top of it. Abdelgawad with 12 to lead all scorers. She has it here on the right wing. Down low, Foster goes up, gets fouled. Jalen Foster, the freshman. She'll head to the free throw line. As Foster rattles home the first free throw, freshmen have been so key to Western Kentucky's success this season. 5 true freshmen on the year, as Jalen Foster, one of those freshmen, knocks in both free throws. Freshmen for Western Kentucky have scored 52% of the Hilltoppers' total points per game, and you see a list of them there. Gabby McBride, a redshirt freshman, but the others, Alexis Mead, Maya Meredith, Jalen Foster, Macy Blevin, so crucial to the success for this Hilltopper team this year. And it's not just scoring as well, 45% of their total rebounds this year. Marshall, back to Dunham. They're able to splash one in from the outside. Ball's on the deck. Stepping on the boundary line are the Hilltoppers. A turnover gives it back to Marshall. That's the 5th turnover for the Hilltoppers, 9th combined between the two sides. Hilltoppers have shifted to a 2-3 zone. Back to Furby. Misses again. Marshall's Tony Kemper looks over at Furby from that sideline. That's the second air ball for Brianna Furby early on, and Kemper just says, hey, it's all in your head. It's senior day nerves, right? It's a big day, emotional day. Furby, one of the players honored during the senior day festivities. Inside a minute and a half to go. Foster with it. High off the window, won't drop, and she'll go back to the free throw line. Jalen Foster started to heat up a little bit. 4 points here in this quarter, 2 for 2 from the stripe. A look at the foul. Mariana Redmond tagged with that one. Can't knock down the first. Just a 66% shooting free throw team is Western Kentucky. They get to the free throw line a lot, have one of the top free throw rates in the country according to herhoopstats.com. As the second made by Foster, but their free throw percentage as a team ranks in the mid-200s in the nation. Furby skips. Dunham, she's hit 3, couldn't make it 4. Knocked out of the hands of Foster, but it stays with Western Kentucky. Marshall up by 10. Entry pass, able to find Mead. The teardrop, it goes. Wheeler has 6 points. Dunham leads the way for Marshall with 9. It's been balanced scoring across the lineup. 7 for Cole Claw, 9 for Dunham, 6 for Furby and Wheeler. Shot clock down to 10. Tipped away into the hands of Walker, and now into the open floor. The easy lay for 2. Fast break points have been the story early on, each team with 9. Marshall can hold for the final shot of the half. Shot clock is off. Wheeler, deep 3, won't go. Redmond at the buzzer, and it won't go either. A last gasp effort to push it back to double figures does not drop. Western Kentucky, late push at the end, holds Marshall without points for the final 2:19. And the Hilltoppers head into the halftime locker room trailing 35-29. Marshall led by as many as 13 in the opening half. Just a 6-point lead for the Herd. We'll be back on ESPN+. A 9-point lead for Marshall at the halftime break over Western Kentucky. Thundering Herd shot 45% in the opening half here in Huntington, West Virginia. Both sides back from the halftime locker room. Abdel Gawad will inbound. We are underway in the second half. Hilltoppers and Thundering Herd. Western Kentucky looking to open it up from outside. Just 1 for 11 through 20 minutes of play. Meade muscles her way in, won't drop. Marshall going to work in their half-court offense. Wheeler bobbled the ball, was wide open. Inside, outside, back to the corner. Wheeler, Furby, straightaway three. Can't knock it down. That Hilltopper 2-3 zone starting to give Marshall a little bit of trouble. That's a storyline to keep an eye on throughout this second half. Meade throws it away, and the look on Greg Collins' face says everything about the way that possession went. Not a happy camper. Just simply thrown away, resulting in Western Kentucky's 6th turnover of this game. Furby, wide open. A lid on the basket for Furby today. Can't knock him down from the outside. Offensive board, meanwhile, goes to Wheeler and then smooches it off the window. Savannah Wheeler up to 8 points on 4 of 9 shooting. 2 assists to go along with it. A relatively quiet first half by Wheeler's standards. A whistle and a timeout early from Greg Collins. Offense discombobulated less than 2 full minutes into this third quarter. They'll extend it out to a media timeout, which means we too will take a timeout here in Huntington. 37-29 lead for the Herd here in this third quarter. We'll be back. Early goings here of this third quarter as we take a look at our Star Watch update from the first half. Savannah Wheeler and Merrill Abdelgawad. 12 points for Abdelgawad on 5 of 7 shooting. Wheeler 4 for 9 from the field, 0 for 3 from distance. Abdelgawad a couple of rebounds as well as Foster can't finish. Tripped up is Dunham. Ball and play still live. Colclaw comes over to help. Bodies falling all over the deck. Again, Hilltoppers in that 2-3 zone. Marshall trying to go inside out to beat it. Roper throws the shot up. Foul called as the buzzer sounds on the shot clock. And Marshall will get 2 free throws. Blevins called for that one. Thundering Herd account for 20.4% of their total points per game from the free throw line this season. That's 60th best in the nation. Furby, though, leaves one at the line. Marshall 10-0 on the campaign when they shoot 20 or more free throws. However, That's something Marshall hasn't achieved since January 22nd as Furby misses both. Roper the offensive board. Marshall, 8 offensive rebounds right now. Dunham negotiates the floater. It won't go. Foster the rebound. Quickly ahead is Meade into the teeth of the defense. Foster outside. It doesn't drop. Left something on it. Ahead to Wheeler. Zipping into the lane. Wanted the foul call. Won't get one. Now Wheeler slow to get up. No look from Abdelgawad. Outside to Blevins. She splashes one in. Macy Blevins finally off the schneid from the outside. Give and go. Dunham, Furby. All alone, she makes it. Answers the Blevins 3 with one of her own. Hilltoppers had gotten within 5. The lead extended back to 8. The offense starting to open up a touch. Now Meade in and out. Foster, the offensive board. Second chance won't go. Third chance ripped away. Wheeler on top of it. Dunham, change of speed, the drive, the foul, and free throws coming for Aaliyah Dunham, the graduate senior transfer from Xavier. Blevins whistled for that. That will be Blevins' 3rd personal foul. She'll stay in the contest. Instead, Abdelgawad will come out.
I give the her number 3, CC Mays.
Greg Collins having a little animated discussion with the official about the lack of a foul call on the opposite end. Aaliyah Dunham at the free throw line. And the first free throw won't go for Dunham. Been an uncharacteristically poor free throw shooting afternoon for Marshall, just 2 for 7. This is a Marshall team that shoots 73% from the stripe coming in. Misses both. Knocked away from Blevins by Dunham. A little bit of a get-back foul from Dunham after Blevins fouled her earlier. Now Blevins will check out. McBride comes back into the contest for the Tops. Dish to McBride. Can't finish the bunny. Got rejected by the rim. Pass, Coleclaw, offensive foul. Walker fired up about that, able to slide over and draw the charge. It was CC Mays out of control, and good body positioning there by Jenna Walker. Feet just narrowly outside the restricted zone. Over to the aforementioned Walker. Thrown away again, miscommunication between Hilltopper teammates. And here's a look back at that charge. Those careless turnovers will drive coaches crazy. That's twice now in this half we've seen on half-court motion offense. Someone cut the wrong way and the Tops throw it away. Furby can't convert from the outside. A tough day at the office for Bree Furby. Does have 9 points, but shooting just 3 for 9. Corner shot, Foster, it won't go. A veteran move by Dunham, running out of space, throws it off of Teresa Faustino. That will take us to another media timeout. Whoop, made you look. We'll be back on ESPN Plus. Eight-point advantage for Marshall back on ESPN+. They've held Western Kentucky without points in the last 2-10. It is senior day for 4 seniors for the Thundering Herd, but it's also a day to remember for Savannah Wheeler. This day 3 years ago now, Savannah Wheeler was named 2019 Miss Kentucky Basketball. You see the picture there on the left of your screen. She has not stopped getting buckets since then. Wheeler, a quiet day so far by her standards, 8 points, 4 of 11 from the field. Whistle, traveling violation. Pivot foot dragged by Jenna Walker. Another turnover for Western Kentucky. That may be a turnover through no fault of Walker's own. You see on the replay, her foot steps on the foot of Dunham and then just jiggles a little bit, and that's what they got her for the travel for. Meanwhile, on the other end, Marshall back at it. Furby tries her hand again. Won't go. Mays off the knee. And that will be off the knee of Jenna Walker. So staying here with Marshall. CeCe Mays, such a spark of energy off the bench for this Thundering Herd team, averaging north of 6 points per game. Wheeler, the baseline drive, denied. Inside out, back to Wheeler. She's open and she hits one. First made tray of the day for Savannah Wheeler. Get those 3-point goggles out. Wheeler into double figures for the 29th consecutive game. Entry pass to Foster on the far block. The strong rip through, left it short, tipped around. Staying here.
Check in the Herd 0. Kia Simmons.
Marshall on a 6-0 scoring run at the moment as we look at the replay, and it is off the fingertips of Kennedy Coldclaw at the last minute. Hilltoppers looking to snap a 4-minute scoring drought. Inopportune time to trail. I should say inopportune time to go quiet from the field. It's never a good time to trail.
First personal, team foul number 3. Back into the Herd 34, Loreline Roper.
We look here at the foul from Meade.
Marshall foul number 4, Savannah Wheeler. Second personal, team foul number 4.
Hilltoppers trigger it in from the baseline, into Meade. The rip through, the kick out to Walker for 3, won't drop. Into the hands of Roper momentarily, and the top's able to save it. Walker tries her hand again. Again won't go. Again an offensive board. This time outside Faustino. That time she makes it. Teresa Faustino, the Portuguese sharpshooter, drills it. That snaps an over 4-minute scoring drought for the Hilltoppers. Down by 9. Wheeler to Dunham. Back to Wheeler. The double clutch and the foul. And now a little nastiness. Hard to tell what happened there. We see it from our baseline angle. And you saw Foster was the first one to step in and shove McBride away. McBride making her case that she was trying to help Wheeler up, and immediately Marshall's other players on the floor also stepped in. Wheeler makes the first. And look at Merrill Abdelgawad on the bench, was subbed out earlier in this quarter. Has not scored since the 9:26 mark of the second quarter, as Wheeler misses the second to split the free throws. The lead is swelled back to 10. Marshall has led wire to wire at this point. Remember, they led for 35 minutes in that Wednesday night win. Just 2 ties, 3 lead changes. Foster has it ripped away by Wheeler. Mays picks up the loose ball. Sivils, the no-look dish. Dunham leaves it short. And the board into the hands safely of Selma Kulo, who's into the contest for the first time today. Has played less than 10 minutes in each of her last 3 appearances. A whistle and a foul by Sivils on the drive.
Marshall foul 0 against Sivils. Second personal, team foul number 5. Lady Toppers are in the bonus.
The Tops in the bonus now. So free throws the rest of the way of this quarter.
Checking in for the Herd 33, Brianna Furby.
Furby will come in. Wheeler will exit. 12 points for Savannah Wheeler. Look back at that foul. First free throw made by Walker. 79% free throw shooter. And the second goes as well.
Back up to the Herd 24, Kennedy Colclaw.
Kennedy Colclaw will enter the contest for the Herd. Hilltoppers now 8 for 9 from the stripe this afternoon. Showing a little full court pressure. Furby with it on the wing. A look at the Conference USA East Division standings, how things shake out at the moment here on this final Saturday of league play. Colclaw back top to Dunham as the shot clock set to expire. Charlotte leading the way at the moment, followed by Middle Tennessee, a game off their pace. Old Dominion and Middle Tennessee, the 2 and 3 teams in the East, will lock up later today at 3 p.m. Less than an hour to go until that contest gets going. Meade misses everything on the tray. As for Charlotte, Southern Miss in the Queen City to take on the 49ers. Hilltoppers just 1 for their last 9 from the field. Colclaw muscling her way in on Kulo, gets fouled on the way up.
WK foul 30, Selma Kulo. First personal, team foul number 4.
Selma Kulo, the sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Look at the foul. Went up straight the first time, but it was on the way down that she sort of moved the arms down and caught Colclaw on the arm. Colclaw misses the first free throw. Just 7 points for Kennedy Colclaw. Marshall 3 for 11 from the charity stripe today. Makes the second. Roper will come back in as Colclaw exits. Hilltoppers came into this forcing the 28th most turnovers in the country. Right now, Marshall has done a great job of holding on to the basketball. It's the Hilltopper turnovers that have been the story so far. Marshall +1 on points off turnovers. Kulo knocked away by Sivils, smacked back out. Meade off balance, won't go. That is how the third quarter ends. Hold everything, actually. Do we have a foul call? We have a foul call on the floor, so the third quarter ends On a less than stellar note for this Marshall team, we head to break on ESPN Plus. Look at the foul. We'll be back.
The game clock will be reset to 3/10 of a second. Selma Kula on the line, the Lady Toppers shooting 2.
We're back on ESPN Plus. They put .3 back on the clock, meaning we are, as we just got confirmation from the officials, because a bonus situation is in effect for Western Kentucky, they do put .3 back on the clock, meaning that free throw's coming for Selma Kulo, although she misses the first. Always appreciate a good clarification from the officials. Kulo misses the second, and that is the end of the third quarter. We'll head back to break on ESPN Plus for real this time, and be back for the start of the fourth quarter. Start of the fourth quarter here from Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall starts with the basketball. Herd up by 9. They've led wire to wire to this point. Wheeler leads all Marshall scorers with 12. Back to Wheeler. Now Dunham, top of the key. All the daylight that she needed, but couldn't knock it down. 2 field goals made in that third quarter for WKU. That's the second time in as many games against the Thundering Herd that they've done that in the third quarter. Went 2 for 13 on Wednesday. Today, 2 for 14 in the third quarter. Foster, the scoop shot won't go. Marshall has done an excellent job defending the paint. In the last quarter, on the day though, it's been somewhat of a suspect defensive outing in terms of points in the paint. Hilltoppers, 20 of their 36 have come from the paint. A far cry from what we saw on Wednesday night. Mid-range jumper, Colclaw, it's short, offensive board, Furby. Another second chance opportunity. Wheeler can't capitalize. Colclaw there, another offensive board. Dunham will settle on it. Nearly a minute and a half, now over a minute and a half have elapsed already in this fourth quarter, and Marshall has possessed it the whole way. Furby, the floater rattles home. Brianna Furby up to 11, had 17 in the Wednesday night win. Walker driving to the cup, throws one up, won't go. Kulo is there, up and in. Marshall's lead cut back down to 9. Inside out, back to Wheeler. Finds Colclaw wide open, high off the window. Herd with 16 points in the paint. Hilltoppers have given up 120 points in the paint in their last 5 games combined. Kulo, the offensive board and the putback. Selma Kulo starting to catch fire here at the start of the fourth quarter. Back-to-back makes. Furby again from the outside. Again, it won't drop. Savory cross court to Kulo, in down low. Foster. Abdelgawad is there. Marshall wanted a foul. At the free throw line, Colclaw. Back to Dunham, steps inside the arc, just misses. Hilltoppers within 7. Foster, off the window, it rattles home. Western Kentucky on fire to start quarter number 4, a 6-0 run. Marshall takes time early in the frame. Tony Kemper, not enthused with his team's effort, immediately says, we need to play harder. A 6-0 tops run in 1 minute and 5. Just like that, WKU within 5. Foster able to lay it in, 7 points for her. Selma Kulo with 4. Collins talking strategy with Jalen Foster. 7 points for Foster, 4 rebounds, but 3 fouls. She's been a big spark in this contest, part of the 6-0 run to get WKU back in this. Wheeler, back to Dunham. Up top to Colclaw, the high arcing 3 won't go. Furby, the offensive board, and gets fouled.
WKU foul, number 3, Alexis Mead. Second personal, team foul number 1.
The foul on the floor. Marshall takes it out from the baseline, and it's ripped away by Abdelgawad. In the open floor, gets hammered on the way up. Meryl Abdelgawad will shoot 2 free throws.
First personal, team foul number 1. Meryl Abdelgawad at the line, shooting 2.
Abdelgawad, a 68% free throw shooter, rattles home the first, so the run continues for the Hilltoppers. A 7-0 run, can't extend it to 8-0, misses the free throw. Abdelgawad with 15 points, a 4-point lead for Marshall. Shades of that February 23rd, 2019 meeting where Marshall led and then a late push by Western Kentucky forced OT. The Tops would win it by 3 in overtime. Wheeler turns it over. That's the 8th turnover of the day. Abdelgawad, the baseline drive. Savory splashes in. Hope Savory cuts it down to 1. It's a 10-0 Hilltopper run. New life on the WKU bench. This defense stifling Marshall. They haven't scored in 2:28. That streak continues. Ball did not hit the rim, so no new 20 for the Herd. Shot clock down to 3, have to pull. A chance for Western Kentucky to take their first lead of the day. Savory, it won't go. Inside to Colclaw at the free throw line. The turn, the foul. Colclaw with 2 free throws coming. A Another foul against Gabby McBride, the Iowa State transfer. Caught her just on the wrist. That will be McBride's 4th personal foul. Make that 3 personal fouls.
Kennedy Goldball at the line, shooting 2.
What a fight back from Western Kentucky, trailed by as many as 13 in this contest. As Colclaw leaves it short on the first. Makes the second. Colclaw splits the free throws. Marshall just 5 for 14 as a team from the stripe. Abdelgawad fighting for space. Back to Meade. Inside is Meade. It won't go. McBride called for the foul. It looked like they got McBride, but in fact they come in and say it's actually Meade with the foul. That's now 3 fouls on Western Kentucky as a team. No field goals made for Marshall in over 3.5 minutes. Shot clock down to 9. Wheeler will pull. Can't hit. Colclaw the offensive board. The 14th offensive board for Marshall. Furby can't hit from the outside either. A chance to tie or take the lead. Whistle. Blocking foul called. That will bring the Boo Birds out in Huntington. A look at it. Abdelgawad makes the first. It was in the act of shooting. Here's a different look at it. Can't make the second. An 11-1 run for Western Kentucky in the last 4 minutes. Tops trail by 1. Marshall has not made a field goal in 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Colclaw, the 3, won't go. Into the hands of Abdelgawad. Western Kentucky has not led at any point of this contest. In nearly 2 full games against Marshall between Wednesday and tonight, they've only led 3 different times. Meade can't give the Tops the lead. Dunham will bring it up. Savory, some token pressure in the backcourt. Wheeler. Back to Dunham. Now Furby. Shot clock down to 10. This 2-3 zone giving Marshall fits in the offensive half court. Wheeler that is, drills the mid-range jumper. That ends a 5-minute stretch of no field goals. Wheeler up to 14. Inside 2 to play. Savory with it on the left wing. Knocked away by Furby. It stays here. Selma Kulo will check back in for the Thundering Herd, for the Hilltoppers. As Blevins triggers it in from the baseline. Abdelgawad with it. It's Savory, Meade, Kulo, Blevins, and Abdelgawad, the 5 for Greg Collins. Scoop shot, left short by Abdelgawad. Marshall looking to take a little bit of air out of the basketball. Savory trying to go for that steal on Kolklo. Kolklo with it. The shot fake. High, off the window. Count it. Quickly back ahead are the Hilltoppers. Abdelgawad, the pocket pass. Kulo can't finish. 1 minute to go in this final frame. Business has picked up in the fourth quarter. What was an 11-1 Hilltopper run has given way to a 2:31 Western scoring drought. Wheeler can't finish. Furby, the offensive board and the foul. Fourth team foul. Kulo will check out. Those three-point shots that were falling early in this game, they've dried up. Marshall just 21% from distance today. 0 for 9 in this quarter. Closing in on a half-minute remaining here in Huntington. Hilltoppers have to play the foul game, trailing by 5 as Savory will stop the clock.
Second personal, team foul number 5.
That will send Aaliyah Dunham to the free throw line. 5 team fouls against Western. And now the officials will head to the monitor. Marshall able to answer the bell. Western Kentucky had cut it to 1. The bunny no good from Kulo, and Kennedy Kolklo and the Thundering Herd able to extend the lead back to 5. Officials go to the monitor, just double checking how much time is left on the clock. 28.3 seconds.
Aaliyah Dunham at the line, shooting 2.
Aaliyah Dunham will shoot 2 free throws. Dunham 0 for 2 from the stripe today. Makes the first. And the second drops as well. Timeout called by Greg Collins. An 11-1 Hilltopper run, now a 6-0 Marshall run. "30-second timeout, shot clock is off. Inside a half minute to go. Dunham makes back-to-back free throws to extend it. 56-49. It's the first time Marshall's made consecutive free throws all game, as that one goes through the hands of Dunham and Blevins lays it in. Furby gets caught on the baseline and a foul is called.
WKU foul, number 11.
Meaning everyone will walk 94 feet. Brianna Furby with free throws coming. Kennedy Colclough having a big fourth quarter, 5 points, 7 rebounds in this quarter alone for the graduate senior. Right now on the bench, 18 seconds remaining. The first drops for Furby, 3 straight free throws made for the Thundering Herd. Had struggled all day from the line, but knocking them down when it counts. And the second goes as well. Lead has swollen all the way back to 7. Greg Collins will burn his final timeout. Full timeout in effect inside the Henderson Center. 18 seconds remaining. We'll be back on ESPN Plus. Seven-point deficit for the Hilltoppers. Timeout advances the ball into the half court, and Meade can't finish underneath. Just inches away from the basket, Alexis Meade couldn't finish the bunny, and Marshall can dribble out the clock. Buzzer sounds, and the Thundering Herd hang on for a 7-point win over Western Kentucky. Four players finish in double figures for the Thundering Herd, and for the first time in program history, Marshall sweeps the season series with WKU. The Herd closed the regular season out with 2 consecutive victories over their arch rivals from Bowling Green. A valiant effort comes up short for WKU, who trailed by as many as 13, able to close it to 1, but Marshall's offense too strong down the stretch. Herd improved to 15-12, 10-8 in Conference USA. Western Kentucky drops to 18-12, 11-7 in league play. The Tops finish the regular season losers of 4 of their final 5 games heading in to the Conference USA Championships. Savannah Wheeler scores 14 to lead all Marshall scorers. Abdel Gawad 16 in a losing effort. Your final score 58-51. For our outstanding crew, I'm Jake Griffith saying so long from the Cam Henderson Center. All games airing live on ESPN, archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Thank you for joining us all season long. We will see you next year.